On. We are actually going live as we speak.
Hel-
So, hey, I am looking for a thumb up from Roseanne. Are we live? Sorry.
Looks live to me.
It is. You look live to me too, by the way. So,
Thanks.
welcome everyone. Welcome all real estate rock stars. I I got a thumb up from Roseanne from the office next door that yes, we are rock and rolling today. Rockstar agents, we will chat with, or I will chat with Jim Steele, and it will be all about expireds because this is the news. In case you don't know, they are becoming fairly hot, right, Jim? Can you
They're
share what's
back.
happening right
Yeah, they're
now in
back.
Florida?
They are back, and I'm getting anywhere from 6 to 10 every morning in my inbox. So they're definitely back.
6 to 10. How was it like 2, 3 months ago? How many you were getting in your mailbox?
If any, one, maybe none.
So that's a huge
So
growth. Why do you think is it?
because the interest rates are up, so there's fewer buyers, houses are sitting longer, and a lot of agents in the last 90 days or so have really priced the houses wrong. Like they're still thinking it's last year. So these houses are expiring because they priced them wrong. There's fewer buyers, and that's causing the influx of expired listings now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know that you're getting ready to coach your expired boot camp. I think
December. Yep.
December, you're starting December 7th, every Thursday at 2 p.m. So before we will give a little bit more information and share the link for the waiting list, uh, what goes wrong to get an expired listing on your own? So let's first talk about how it happens. And then if we can tap into some tips and tricks how to get those listings if you are not the one who expires.
Well, I mean, there's a number of ways to get them. I mean, obviously, you have to have a conversation with them, whether it's in person. I used to before COVID, I had a good amount of success door knocking.
Ah,
I would just go to the house and say, hey, I was in the neighborhood showing some houses, and I noticed that your house had expired, off the MLS. Am I the first agent to stop by? And I always was the first agent to stop by every single time. So,
why? How is that? How I know the answer, but some people might not know.
um, well, again, when you meet them in person, remember the studies show that somebody is going to work with the first agent they meet face to face. Like 84% is some high number like that will work with the first agent that they meet face to face. So by door knocking, you're the first agent face to face. You win instantly. Then it just comes, down to being able to meet their need, finding out what that need is, and showing them, that you can meet the need.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I've had people invite me right in directly. Other times we've set appointments for me to come back later because they were literally getting ready to walk out the door or whatever. So, but the response was good, was real good. And I started doing that more than calling at that time, just because it was so much more effective.
Interesting. So now after the COVID situation, will you go back or will you
Uh,
stay with the
it's
phone calls?
still, yeah, I mean, it still feels awkward, even though COVID's been like 3 years now. It still feels weird to just pop in, up to somebody's door. So, uh,
Yeah.
I'll have to get through that again. But since I have a team, I really haven't been doing the calling myself so
Uh-huh.
much. I just, I passed them out to the team and I taught them how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
But I might after the holidays maybe get back into some door knocking because for one thing, it was fun. Like it was cool just to go out, hit a couple when there was enough to actually warrant doing it. And it looks like again we're getting back to that level where there'll be, 8 or 10 a week that I can go work on. So
Yeah. Yeah. Um, So I know that you structured your boot camp to overlap into a January. Was there any reason for that?
no, that's just what
You're
Roseanne
just
told
avoiding
me.
the Christmas
That's,
time. You don't want to
yeah,
work
I mean,
over the
no one,
holidays.
you know, yeah, I mean, I like Christmas. I'm old school. I, like to take that week off and just relax and do family things or something.
Yeah.
So I mean, that would be the only reason.
How does a holiday how does holidays affect selling a home or
Oh,
getting places listed or talking
look,
to people?
I mean, I
Does
teach
it
my
play any
agents.
influence?
What's that?
Does from your perspective, your experience, how does holiday influences real estate?
Oh, it definitely slows it down. I mean,
Mm,
there's some people that just do not want to talk about it till after the holidays. There's a lot of family things going on and stuff like that. In fact, I tell my agents, that listen, you're going to make your money 10 months of the year in Florida. Then the other 2 months are Thanksgiving and Christmas. Probably not going to do a whole lot during those 2 months, during that time. So, I kind of prepare them for that. Uh,
mm-hmm.
but again, if somebody has a need, and it doesn't matter what the time of year. Like I have a closing on December 27th. So I mean, we got to do it. We got to do it. I've closed deals on Christmas Eve before. I've
Uh-huh.
closed them on New Year's Day before. So it just, we do what we got to do. But you will get, I mean, it's going to be, less interest from the general public during the holidays. That's just normal.
That is true. However, if you'll have somebody who is really motivated, then you have truly motivated seller or buyer. So it might also narrow down the selection and
Right.
make it much faster, the whole process, right?
The one buyer in particular that ramps up during December are like the investors because
Uh-huh.
they need to spend so much of their money for tax breaks and things like that. So I'll have some of my investors just say, "Find me a house. We got to buy something. We need to get some money off the books." And so I usually do pretty good in December just because of that.
Yeah. Well, and even though I know family comes first and there is a time to work, there is a time to rest, but you still, as an entrepreneur, you still need to continue finding new clients and making sure that you'll eat in January and November as well, right?
Yeah, and Christmas time that's the great time to reach out to your database to make sure they still remember you. So we call them, wish them happy holidays and everything, send out Christmas cards,
Uh-huh.
things like that. So there's a lot more of the social aspect during that time of year, and you're just reconnecting with your past clients and things like that.
So see, you're still networking. Even though you call it social activities, you're still staying in touch. Do you
Yeah.
do any face-to-face events?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. If we have one of the things that I'm kicking the idea this year, for next week for Thanksgiving is just to buy like maybe 20 pumpkin pies or something and go around and deliver them to like my very favorite core clients. Just drop by and hand them a pie. Hey, just thinking of you
Oh,
for the holiday. Here you go, nice pie.
yeah.
Um, I thought about doing that. I've never done it before, but people have talked about it. And I think I'm going to do it this time. I'm going to go out like Monday and just buy up a bunch of pies and pass them out, before Thanksgiving. I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah. Oh, totally agree with you, as long as they don't send you a dentist bill.
Yeah, well, I don't know how bad pumpkin pie is for you now. If they lather it up with whipped cream and stuff, that's on them. But
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, why don't you share with us with the expired boot camp? Obviously, there will be 4 sessions. We can let the potential students know that there will be also recorded sessions in case they miss it, they can watch it
yeah.
later. Are you planning to do any Q&A after your
Oh,
sessions?
definitely. Yeah, every class I want to have questions at the end. I want to go through, the material for that day. And we're going to go from the start to the finish, from beginning to end. How do you first approach them? How do you, when you go meet them, what do you say? How do you get the listing agreement signed, and even some marketing ideas on how to actually sell the house because their first agent couldn't do it for
Mhm.
whatever reason. So it's going to be comprehensive.
Yeah.
And when they're done with it, they will know how to get an expired listing without any doubt.
Without any doubt. How about a psychology? Because expireds might be a little sensitive because of an
Yeah,
unpleasant experience. Can you
they
share
are.
some
I mean,
wisdom
they're
and
upset.
how? Uh-huh.
They're upset because they had a goal that wasn't met. Like it didn't happen. They went through all the process. They interviewed agents. They picked one. They signed a listing agreement. They went through all that, and they had a reason for wanting to do it, and then it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're sensitive, and you have to be, or sensitive to that with them, and make sure that you're coming from a place of, hey, I'm here to help you. You had a need that went unmet. You tried to do this, it didn't work for whatever reason. And I always tell them my specialty is selling homes that other agents couldn't sell. That's what
Ooh,
I do.
I like
So
that.
they're comfortable. I immediately get them comfortable. And then again, you want to go back to why they wanted to do it in the first place. What was your reason? What's that? What Brino called that core driving emotion. Why did they want to sell the house? Why did they want to go through all this? And then remind them of that. Remind them this is what you said you wanted to do. So let's do it. Let's make whatever it was that they wanted to happen this time. And again, like I've said for years, the hardest part of this is getting them on the phone or getting in front of them. Once you talk to them, it's very easy. It's really simple to get these. But the hardest part is you have to get them. You have to make the calls. You have to call sometimes dozen times, before they're going to respond.
Mhm.
Um, so that's the key is the follow up. Once you get the lead, and I'll also go over plenty of sources of where you get these expireds that you can get them literally delivered into your mailbox. Companies like Vulcan 7 and places like that will just poof, it's in your inbox every day. Every morning I wake up, there's 9 or 10 leads in there now. There wasn't very many at all for the last few years. So it's kind of cool to see them again. But it's just, you have to have the right tools in place. And then once you have that with the knowledge that we give them, there's no way they can't be successful. You just got to do the work.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also a numbers game and a perseverance game, right? Not giving up a game,
Yeah,
understanding why, and even your own core driving emotion, right? Not only the
right.
sellers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, again, you have to follow up. You have to, you can't take no for an answer, that kind of thing. Um, if you feel like, so here's the thing. Real estate is really easy. I've uncovered the total secret to it. It's very simple, but no one talks about it. And the answer is this. And I teach my team this. All you have to do is get them to like and trust you. Even if you're the dumbest agent in the whole world, they will still do business with you because they like and trust you. Now, how do you get them to like and trust you? You have to show them that A, you care about their needs, that you're, working for them, and that you have their best interest at heart. And they will do business with you. That's it. And so many agents miss that simple step. They're too busy trying to dazzle them with stats and their numbers and how long they've been an agent. Look, nobody cares if you were an agent for, I've been doing this for almost 20 years. No one cares.
Mhm.
Okay. There could be an agent that's been doing it for 6 months and get the listing. Why? Because they connected. They're on the same page, you know, and so the most important thing is to get them to like you and trust you. That's
Yeah.
it. Bond with them. Be
Yeah.
their friend. There was a great article, the Florida Real Estate realtors.org, they put out a magazine every month. And a couple of months ago, one came out and it said, don't be their agent, be their friend. It was a great article.
Oh, I like
And
that.
that's exactly what it is, because again, they will do business with you just because they like you. if you can make them like you and you're, you know, a likable person, you're going to get lots of business because they just want to work with you. Now, what we'll do is we'll give them the knowledge and make them more efficient and more effective. But in the end, it all comes down to a relationship. You're building a relationship. And, you know, the way you do that is get them to trust you by talking about themselves. Let them talk. The more they talk, the more comfortable they are with you. So I ask them a lot of questions because I want them talking to me. I just want them to talk about their situation, about themselves. And you know, the more they talk, the more comfortable they are with you. So that's really what I try to do, is just get them to open up. And if they do it, I got the business. It's a done deal at that point. So that's how we work it.
I love it. It actually must be even more rewarding than just doing regular listings, because here you are healing a problem, and
Yeah.
you're putting the name or the word realtor back again into more elevated status, because very often people might say that they are realtors, and you know, those who are around might get that like unpleasant feeling. So we need
Yeah.
we need to fix it.
Yeah. And again, if you do it that way, it's going to be so much easier. They're not going to shop you around. They're not going to talk to other agents. They're comfortable with you. You're their guy or woman. Okay. There's women. Uh,
Yes.
so if they trust you, they will do business with you. That's
Yeah.
just that simple.
Yeah. So prior, what was the percentage of your listings which were expired? Like, let's say 3-4 years
Oh,
ago.
back in the day, oh
Yeah.
man, half, probably half of mine were expired at that point. I could get, when I was working, you know, with Barino, when I first started the rock stars and I really started understanding it and took off with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I could literally get an expired listing every day.
Oh my
It
gosh.
was that easy. There was plenty of them out there. There was a ton of them,
Yeah.
and I knew how to talk to them.
Yeah.
So I
When
could, I could,
Bruno
if I
was
wanted one bad enough, I could have got one every single day. That's just
when
what it was then. Now
yeah.
it's different now. Again, there's not nearly as many. It's picking up, but it's
Yeah.
not like it was, you know, 8 years ago, you know, when we had 50 expireds every day.
Wow.
Um, so it was a different market then, and it's a different market now. But the results are still the same. You still, if you're effective, you can take three and get two of them. I mean, why couldn't you? You just got to get them on the phone, or like I said, go out to the house, somehow get in front of them. And again, they will do business with you if they like you.
And trust you, like you,
And
and
trust.
trust you.
Like and
Yeah.
trust. Yeah.
You mentioned Borino. I remember him always referring to expireds as a low-hanging fruit,
Yeah.
where you don't really need to chase them. You know that they wanted to sell, they didn't. So
Yeah.
it was just really about understanding the psychology, understanding core driving emotions, and a way to approach them from non-threatful way,
Right.
and get them talk just like you were describing. So at the end, they can become your best clients who will constantly refer you out, right?
Exactly. And you know, they raised their hand and said, I want to sell. I want to sell. I'm, you know, this is what I want to do. And they did. They listed the house. They went through the process. So
Yeah.
they have a need. It's just a question of uncovering that and showing them that you're the best person to meet that need.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I don't have the crystal ball. I don't know where is the market going, obviously, longer terms. We know the current situation, but just the way
Yeah.
you describe the number of expireds, I think your boot camp is very current.
Yeah, it's going to be timely because again, you know, as things continue to progress and we're shifting more the other way in this market than it's been for the last few years, more and more expireds are going to, you know, are going to be there. So after the first of the year, you know, where we're going to be at that point, we're going to be 90 days really into the swing, away from the crazy sellers market that we've had.
Yep.
It'll be something beneficial to them to know how to do this, and they will get listings from it. They will definitely get business from it.
Yeah. Before we hopped on this Zoom call, you also mentioned that right after January 1st, there might be a spike. Can,
Yes.
can you share some light on that? What do you mean by that?
Definitely. So every year at the end of the year on December 31st, many listings will expire because the agents just put December 31st as an expiration date. It's the end of the year. It's kind of a logical date. So it's very common to see 100, on New Year's Day that pop into your system. I remember the first time when I was doing it, I was shocked. I said, "Oh my goodness, where did all these come from?" There was like 200 or 300 expired listings overnight. So be prepared for that, you guys, because it will happen on New Year's Day. You will see a ton of them. And again, that's just normal because people put that for an expiration date.
Yeah, well, guys, whoever is watching or listening, please find a waiting list link if you would like to sign up and learn more from the expert. Jim, when you call them, what time do you call them?
It varies, again, it depends on your market. Like Florida, we have a lot of retirees. So we have a kind of an older crowd, in most of these areas. So I might start calling them like at 10 o'clock in the morning,
Okay.
because they're not working. They're just, probably getting ready to go golf later or something.
My
But I'll
God,
call them, but
stop
then
it.
I'll mix it up. If I don't get a hold of them then I'll try like, after 5 o'clock that afternoon. You know, I,
Mm,
I always cut off my call in like at 7 o'clock. I don't like to get into the dinner and TV watching time and being a pest. There's
yeah.
plenty of hours during the day, but I'll just mix it up. Like if there's one that I want to get a hold of and I tried in the morning and I tried at night and I didn't get a hold of them, I'll try a different time. Maybe I'll try 11 o'clock instead of 10. Maybe I'll try 4 o'clock instead of 5. And I'll mix it up. But one of the best, all right, so here's the thing. I've studied this a lot. There's 2 very good days during the week plus one weekend day, all right, that are excellent. And we get the best results. And that is Tuesday evening. Because see, Monday's bad. You don't want to do it on Monday because they're in a bad mood. Monday, it's a new week. Ugh, I'm back to work. This sucks. I didn't win the lottery over the weekend. I thought I was going to be done working and now I got to
You
go back.
just said they are retired. Now
They
they're back
tried.
to
I'm talking about
work.
the ones who didn't retire. The retirees are easy. They're always just sitting there waiting for somebody to call them. But Tuesday evening after like 5 o'clock is
Uh,
one of the very good times, and Thursday is one of the very good nights. So the same time,
that.
Tuesday and Thursday. The reason Thursday's good is tomorrow's Friday. Everyone's in a good mood. They're like, "Yay, tomorrow's Friday, and then I'm done with this." So they're in a much better mood Thursday evening and Tuesday evening, and then anytime on Saturday is good. You know, like Saturday 11 o'clock. I mean, they will pick up 90% of the time. So it's very easy on Saturday morning to get them before they get out and get on their boat or whatever, the golf course or whatever they're doing for the weekend. But you usually can get them, late Saturday morning, pretty
Yeah.
consistent.
Never thought of that, but I think you're up to something. So did you get statistics?
Oh
How did
yeah, yeah, we tracked it. We tracked it for a long time. And
uh,
the pickup rate was like probably 7 to 10% higher during those times than the rest of the time.
oh,
But
that's
I will tell the people watching, the people listening, the best time to do it is whenever you do it. Okay. Because you just need to do it.
yeah.
Don't overthink it. You know, if you have time, call them because you
Yeah.
don't know what they're doing. I mean, these are general statistics, but I mean, again, if you have to call, Monday afternoon, do it. Just call them. Just get the phone on, get on the phone and try and get, an appointment with these people. When you do it really doesn't matter. Just do it. It's just like people always ask me, what's the best CRM? And
Uh-huh.
my answer is always the same. Whichever one you'll use.
Yeah.
You know, they're all the same. They all do the same thing. Whichever one you'll use is the best one. Whatever time you'll call is the best time. So that's what I tell them.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we are coming close to the end. I just want to quickly
Okay.
recap some of the golden nuggets I captured of
Okay.
it. It's not all of it. Well, the greatest news is that expireds are coming back to town. You are getting between 6 to 8 leads per day or per week?
Per day.
per day. That's massive.
Yeah, it's too many.
Knowing
I'm telling them to stop emailing me. Like, I'm just going to go into the system and find them because I get bombed with like 8 to 10 emails first thing in the morning every morning.
Wow. Well, knowing that back a couple years ago, you were closing or your production had 50% of expireds, that is fantastic. Plus,
Yeah,
they are ready. They are ready. They're just ready for you because, and this is important, you said, I am here to help you. And that's a very key, that's a key sentence. It goes almost into NLP because you're not there to do business or to sell, but you're there to help, and that hits totally different part of a brain. And
right.
then another like really, really nice, I even like put it in a box. It's my specialty is to sell homes other agents couldn't sell. That's a huge, that's niche right there. That's a
Right.
huge statement because that positions you into someone who can truly help them. And then I really like, and I want to highlight it multiple times, that what you said, and that's true, that hits a home, that all you have to do is for these people to like you and trust you. And because real estate is built on connection and relationship, then
Right.
you are basically helping them to get to the point of relisting, selling, and moving on when you are the hero, obviously. And then I really loved the 2 good days or 2 good days during the week, which based on not only your experience, but the data collection is Tuesday evening, Thursday evening. We are avoiding Monday because that's a grumpy day. And before Friday, everyone is kind of in a good mood already. And that will be evening is around 5 o'clock. And you try to stay away from 7 p.m. or later, right? Yeah. And then a Saturday anytime. And the best time is now.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put
exactly.
it on a post-it right now.
That's exactly it. The best time to call is right now. Just get on the
Yeah.
phone.
Yeah. Well, Jim, thank you so much for sharing a lot of good tips and tricks on expired
Always
listing.
my pleasure.
I just want to recap one more time that Jim's bootcamp is starting December 7th. It will be every Thursday for 4 Thursdays during the month of December. However, the last session will be pushed into January 4th, which is actually great because we know that there will be a spike in
Oh, there'll be a
expire.
whole bunch of expireds that by then. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining our jam session, and I'm looking forward to have you back soon. Thank you.
You are welcome. Have a great day.
Same you. Bye. Bye-bye.
Bye now.